Hello, all of you wonderful people out there in podcast land. Welcome to another episode of Black and White Reviews. My name is Will.
My name is Lee.
My name is Chuck.
And we are back continuing our coverage of the first season of Stranger Things. Chapter 4?
Yes.
Yes.
The body.
The Body.
The body. The body.
It was,
Whose body?
Yeah,
Nobody's body.
pretty much. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Chuck, tell us briefly what you think.
Wow.
there's just
Wow.
there's just a lot going on in this TV show, huh?
Right? Yeah.
Jeez. I don't even know where to begin. Like there's just so much that goes on.
This was a massive info dump of an episode.
It was a lot, and it's
You
hard
get
to.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information. There's a lot of stuff that happens. There's a lot of ins and outs. A little more character growth with the four of them right now. It's interesting to see how 11 is kind of integrating into the group. It's interesting to see how what's her name? Renona's character. I don't even know her name.
You keep calling her Renona.
Winona.
Renona.
Raynona Ryder.
Renona
Winona
Wider.
Wider. Yeah, I think at this point in time, this is probably not everyone's saying, but my favorite character right now is Hopper.
Oh, dude, Hopper's the man.
Yeah, it's a pretty common. It's a pretty common consensus around this time of the show. You know,
Really?
Yeah. He was. I want to say he was almost an immediate fan favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you what. You're better tracking with this than you were Walt Jr. when you were watching Breaking Bad. I'm still baffled how like you watched like the first few episodes of that and you were like, I really like Walt Jr. and Lee and I were like, yeah. So you're tracking a lot better here than you were there. I will say that. But yeah, almost immediately. Hop was almost an immediate fan favorite. Yeah, absolutely.
Was I not like?
I'm just trying to make it aesthetically pleasing.
Oh,
Aesthetically.
They call me aesthetically.
Aesthetically. So, quick side note. This is a little funny story. Lee and I went to go see with our wives to go see a movie tonight, and his wife was meeting us there. So we carpooled in my car we went to a restaurant, and Lee's in the front seat. My wife took the back seat. I was like, you can have the front seat. She's like, no, I'm shorter. It's okay. Yada, yada, yada. So we're driving around and she says, she goes, you have been driving erratically. And I'm like,
She actually said, your driving seems very erratic when you're sitting in the back seat.
yes.
She was recognizing that being in the back seat, that your driving was pretty erratic. I love how Blizz is always there in the shot. The cat never leaves. Never leaves. I saved that cat after Will dropped him off to get neutered, so he loves me. Yeah, I know. It's through his.
So she's like sitting in the back seat. It feels like your driving is erratic.
Yeah, Will, we're getting an echo back from your end. It's us. We're coming back from you.
You shouldn't be now.
Okay, cool.
So all I heard was you're driving erotically. And I'm like,
erotically.
Is there a possible way to drive erotically?
So
Because that would
it's funny
be very interesting.
She repeated it later on. Yeah, we're definitely hearing an echo. She repeated it later on, and the way she said it was somewhere between an A sound and an ah sound. So she was still saying, no, I said erotically. I'm like, that still kind of sounds like erotically.
But it was pretty funny. You had to be there, I guess.
I guess so.
But back to Stranger Things. Yeah, I for the first little bit, I did like Walt Jr. I'm not going to take that back. I thought
you just said back to Stranger Things. Wait,
no, we were
This is not Stranger Things. We are back on Breaking Bad all of a sudden.
Going back 8 months ago to Breaking Bad. I did like Walt Jr. and I halfway through he kind of like got written out. Halfway, kind of like he was there, but he wasn't there. But probably because I was the only one after the fact that really kind of liked his character.
It's okay.
Well, nobody else likes him. Write him off.
I wouldn't say they wrote him off. They just kind of sat him at the breakfast table and said, "Eat breakfast, dude."
Eat breakfast.
Eat breakfast. That's
every
about
day.
it.
No, I like Hopper the best. I think that what he's doing is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not the only one who found that Hopper is, and I'm guessing he stays for a while. Is he like one of those like Jesse characters where he was meant to be one season, then he got everyone loved him, now he's staying on forever?
I wouldn't say so.
I wouldn't say that at all. No.
No, it seems like he's just a character.
He's just always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was always meant to be there.
I mean, yeah, you're asking questions about like the future, but the reality is like he's a character that shows up in this season, and yeah, and he's good. It's a great character because at first you see him just like bad Santa, as we saw before in Violent Night, like same idea, but the reality is like he's a really good character, and he's utilized very well throughout the show. So I'll say that.
When did he start his acting career?
Not long before
late
this.
in life. I don't remember him being in anything substantial before this.
No, this was his biggest breakout. Yeah, he did some smaller stuff. I know he did some voice acting for a show called We Bare Bears. I saw that before, and I'm like, oh, it's that guy from that show. And that's about it. He was the new Hellboy in 2019, which again was after this.
He was Alexei in Black Widow.
Yep. Well, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, after this. Yeah. He was in Suicide Squad. Not the Suicide Squad, but Suicide Squad. Yeah. I mean, he's done other things, but
I wasn't a fan of him as Hellboy. I didn't like that movie, the new Hellboy.
I didn't watch that one.
It wasn't.
He was a good choice, it seems. I mean, he's got a face for it.
Nah, Perlman got one of those distinct faces that nobody can like. That jawline is beastly.
Oh yeah, well because he was Beast back in the Beauty and the Beast way back in the day.
Was he really?
Yeah, that dude.
Oh, okay.
The one who was the original Hellboy.
Yeah,
he was in Brokeback Mountain.
Okay.
He was in Brokeback Mountain.
World of Worlds.
Uh-huh.
So he's actually been in quite a bit of stuff.
But nothing huge. He was like a dock worker, or an FBI agent, or, like random character. Oh, he was Dracula in a movie called Awake.
Oh, really?
Oh, no. He was Dracula in Awake, the movie we've been talking about with Hayden Christensen. He played Dracula? Wait.
Really?
There was a Dracula in that movie?
Was it really?
I don't remember that at all.
Okay.
Wait a minute. 2024. He is a new character. In a movie. Oh, it's a video game.
Yeah, there you go.
Alone in the Dark.
Oh, don't. Don't do this.
They're making
dead
Alone
serious.
in the Dark into a video game. Like,
I'm telling you,
that wouldn't be a bad video game. Horrible movie. Not a bad video game.
Hey, if anyone's never seen Alone in the Dark, go take an hour and a half, watch the movie. It's worth the watch.
I'll regret every minute of it.
You will not regret every minute of it.
No, just 75 minutes of it.
I don't remember this movie. I don't understand.
Exactly.
You don't remember Christian Slater, Tara Reid in Alone in the Dark? They're like
Pitch Black was a good movie. Alone in the Dark, absolute baloney.
No,
horrible.
The premise was good.
What was the premise? They were alone.
No,
and it was dark.
No, it was interdimensional aliens were coming through a gate and at them.
Really?
And yes,
That's never happened before.
it was Christian Slater's big break.
It was not. How about like 10 years before?
It was Tara Reid's big break.
It was not.
I think her big break was what?
American Pie.
American Pie.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was, but
That was before Van Wilder. Yeah.
I know it was before Van Wilder, but was it before the dude?
Oh, Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
I think that was first.
That wasn't a
it?
huge part for her though. But then again, that was what, a year before? I mean, Big Lebowski was what, 90s, 98?
Mid 90s, 97.
In 90s, yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere in there.
Either way,
sure.
not that big before. She wasn't a huge part in it.
Not really. I
Big
barely
Lebowski,
remember her in
yeah.
that movie.
Exactly. She was just the daughter. That was 98. Exactly. The year before American Pie. So that's what got her into American Pie.
She was the spoiled daughter at the pool.
With the toe.
With the toe.
That's all I remember is a toe.
Winona Ryder.
Winona
Winona Ryder.
Winona.
I have a hard time connecting with her character in this TV show. I don't know why.
I think she's perfect for the role she's playing.
She possibly is. I just don't have I have a hard time connecting with her.
She's psychotic. She's insane.
She's cuckoo. She is cuckoo.
Yeah,
And
but
she
it's
comes up-
justified. It's justified psychotic. Like it's not unfounded.
It's completely justified.
Yeah.
True. It is justified, but I still have for whatever the reason is, I don't know what it is. I'm having a hard time connecting with her character. Just her character.
Okay.
I had a hard time connecting with 11 in this episode. That was just weird. It was just so abnormal the way they doctored her. They made her up in this episode. It was weird.
When they ET'd her?
Yeah.
When they put her in the dress with the wig?
It was so bad.
Yeah.
But
It was. You know what though? I agree. It was weird, but it's a way to get her out of the basement.
That's
yes.
So I mean, I don't know.
It works.
Sure.
It works.
It works.
It works. What do you guys like? I mean, I'm telling you guys what I think, but I mean,
Well, I think Will kind of hit it on the head. Like, this is a major, like, info
Yeah, there's
dump.
not really much
There's a
that
lot
we
more
can like go
information
into
here.
without like getting spoilery about talking about this episode because it's a massive like exposition dump.
Right.
I mean, unless you want to talk about like, I don't know, like how do you feel about like you're 4 episodes in, and then all of a sudden like all of the speculation and things that you were thinking like in the previous 3 episodes are absolutely gone now, and now we're on to like a whole new mystery. Like before it was, where did 11 come from? What's on the other side? What's the deal with this thing? What's the deal with this doctor? And all of those questions. What's the deal with Will? When are the friends going to actually find out everything? And everything is kind of answered in this episode, and it's kind of hard to talk about an episode like this without getting into spoiler territory. So it's like,
right.
what do you do here? So it's
I'm with you.
okay.
I'm like with you. It's really hard because I want to talk about. It's hard to go into it. It's like, okay, remember this? Like, it was good.
Why? But why?
But why? It's like, wait
Exactly.
a minute.
Now you know how I feel. And you're like, let's talk spoiler free. I'm like, how? We don't do that. We are spoilerific.
I know that, but with most things you can talk about. Hey, I really enjoyed it because the graphics were real. And I will say that the special effects in this TV show are really, really good. I think they do a fantastic job. Like even when with what's his name's his brothers, Will's brothers. Is it Scott?
Jonathan?
Jonathan.
Yeah, not Scott.
Not Scott. I'm thinking Steve.
Yeah.
But Jonathan, yeah.
Also not Scott.
When they're looking at his photographs and stuff like that, without getting into it, they're doing a really good job keeping the quality of what the 80s look like and still kind of giving you some clarity without giving you a lot of clarity. So you kind of see it, but you don't see it.
Yeah.
I just, yeah. Let's just get into it. I want to talk about so much.
It's
and
rough. It's hard.
It's
It's
rough.
hard before.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
hard.
I just want to
before
say, you like, okay, I just want to say this one thing. This is why I have a hard time buying Winona Ryder's character. She sees her son through the wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then she watches the wall patch itself back up because it's interdimensional. So what does she do? She takes an axe and she busts a hole through her wall.
What else is she gonna do?
Yeah, I agree
Not
with you on
bust
this
a hole.
one.
What else is she? I know that, but she's got nothing else to do. She's totally has no control over the situation. What, she gonna sit there and wait until it happens again? Let me just wait. No, she's lost her mind. She wants
I get
her
that,
kid.
but what you would do is you would bust a hole in the interior wall, and you would try to find something, but not go all the way through the outside and put a gigantic hole so you can see your car out in the driveway.
This is a very cheap house. They are poor. This is not built very well. I mean, that's kind of like a valid.
It still has.
That's
it
valid.
still
I think
has.
that's a valid excuse. Like yes, but at the same time, like I completely agree with Lee. She's hysterical. What is she supposed to do in that moment?
Well, I don't know. She 2 episodes ago, she watched a creature bust a hole through that wall and come out of it, and then when she went back into the room, the wall was back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would start. Yeah. So now another hole appears. And it's her son this time. So what's the rational thing to do? After the wall goes back to normal. Why didn't she do it the first time that the thing
Didn't
came
have
through?
the axe.
She had the axe. It was in the
first time?
It was in the shed. She could have easily walked out to the back shed, grabbed the axe.
Yeah.
She did this episode and then go put a hole
But
in
she had
wall.
the axe in her hand when she saw it happen. If she saw that and then ran out to the shed and got the axe and came back, it would be gone.
It was gone. You watched it in the episode in front of the camera, in front of her, patch itself back together again. And then she puts a hole in the wall. Not like he's sitting there and move, I'm going to hack away at this bubble that he's in, whatever he's in. No, I'm going to wait till it patches itself up. Then I'm going to put a hole in the wall.
Well, thank you guys for listening so far. If you want to hear more of this conversation, check us out. Go ahead and throw some money at us on Patreon. So we can go further, because Chuck really wants to talk about the very specific situation that happened in this exact episode. So we are going to go further with that. We will catch you guys if you come join us there. Please do.